So I believe now we are on live on YouTube. So hello YouTube. Today we are gonna discuss about finance perspectives, and it is not a regular class like everybody knows here. It's just immersion. I am not a teacher. I am a student too. Try to improve my language skills. And here in the Talk Talk is a platform to practice your English or Spanish, Italian, Mandarin, German, and French, and we can speak in, we can listen, and we can have a contact with another language, and it's a very good way like to discuss, to express our ideas, and it is a free space to make mistakes. So guys, let's start it. And everybody knows here in Talk Talk we have some way to warm our motors, so we can introduce yourselves. So Andrea, could you start, please, and push?
Yes, good evening, guys. My name is Andrea. I've been living in Guarujá since I was 7 years old, but I was born in São Bernardo do Campo. I work as an administrative assistant in a Japanese restaurant. I've been working there since 2020, 20, oh my gosh, 2017. What else? I am married. I don't have kids, don't have pets. And in my free time, I like listening to music, drink wine, and be here on Talk and Talk. That's it about me. What about you, Arnaud?
Okay. Good. My name is Arnaldo. I'm living in Carapicuíba, close to São Paulo City. And I am married. I have two daughters, and uh, I was a biology teacher. I've been biology teacher for many years. And in my free time, I like uh, practice activities outdoors. I like uh, soccer with my friends and other activities. Um, that's it.
Your turn,
Eh,
Anna, please.
Oh, sorry.
So, Ana Clara, I'm 26. I live in Araruama, it's Rio de Janeiro. I'm a civil engineer and I work as a customer success on a company of technology for construction. And on my free time, I like play sports, mainly surf, swimming, and I like activities outdoor as well. And I've started to record this uh, pieces of my routine to put on YouTube. So I'm trying to have a registration about these things that I do. And yeah, it's good to be here and talk in English with Pedro and you all on one more Tuesday.
Thanks, Anna. Now we have a YouTuber here, guys. It's interesting.
Or
So
less.
a little. All right, guys, I will introduce myself. My name is Pedro. I am 25 years old. I live in Minas Gerais. Even I put this topic about financial, but I started to work in this area like 2 months, and I am new in this area. But I like to discuss about that. I try to improve that too. That's the reason that I put this topic, like to understand the other perspectives, other ideas. So let's go ahead, guys. I will read the first one. Are you the type of person who enjoys discuss finance, or do you find it way too boring? I want to know about you, Andrea. What kind of person you are?
I am a kind of person that don't discuss so much about this topic, finances, guys, but I don't think it's boring. I think it's really necessary, because I really needed to know more about save money. I used to do it in the past, but since last year, I've been struggling a lot with that. I don't know how to save money anymore. I am wasting a lot of money, because I don't earn so much. But I think I should have oh my gosh, I should have start save more. So I think it's a good topic to discuss. That's it.
All right. And how about you, Arnaldo?
Okay, firstly, I don't have enough vocabulary to discuss this topic, but I will try. Okay, I like this topic. I like to talk about the finances, especially investment and financial market, because I'm an investor for few years, I think, since 2018. Yeah. I became interested in finance probably because I'm starting to make money early when I was younger. I remember when I was uh, 10 years, 10 years old, I think. I think, yeah. I helped my neighbors with small tasks in exchange for money. Yeah. Um, and I think I I could to my experience with my last student when I try to help with this topic too. Uh, Even I'm as a teacher biology. Yeah, that's it.
That's very interesting. And I believe like you are good doing a very good like for your students, like try to teach about that because I believe like principally in your school we don't get so much technology on that. And how about you, Anna? What type of person you are about this topic?
Okay, I like talk about finance. Um, on school, I had a teacher who talked a lot about this. So I think he was an inspiration to start in this field. But later, when I was like 18 or 19, I saw a video of Natalia Arcuri. I don't know if you know, and she was during pandemic giving her course um, for free. So I started to I bought, not bought because it was for free, but I clicked there and I started to understand how I can manage my finances and I like it. So I like to share with people about the small knowledge that I have. It's so small, but it's the first step that helps me a lot nowadays. So I like to talk, but not so deep. It's the basic thing.
That you was a very good advisor because sometimes we saw some a market just appears on screen. It's just about to buy something, but in this case, it was a good way. And
Yeah.
about and about myself, guys. I remember the first time I perceived like the necessary about to try to get know about more about that when I did my first job as a freelancer, and there are some a little money. I believe like it was 50,000 something like that. But and I have like the planning to buy something specifically, and I could buy that. But after that, I rest some money. But with this money, I just buy like some things that I don't necessary. And I perceive like, oh my God, if I don't have a control, I can spend all the money so much easy in the easy way. So I try to study about that. I don't know where I get my first steps. I maybe from some YouTuber or some ebook or something about that. But I'm not like have so much people nowadays, so much deep on this technology. I invest in some actions and some fees, ETFs, but it's not so much deep like when you try to discuss with other people so much specialists in this area. But I believe like everybody says about that. I believe like it's a necessary topic, even if you don't have like so much deep acknowledgement. But if you know about like how to manage your money in the best way, that's could help you to save money and make your life more easier way. So Anna, could you read the next one and answer, please?
On a scale from to 10, how would you rate your knowledge of finance? Um, maybe seven, seven and a half, because I know the basic things, but I would like to know more about investment, so where I can apply my money. I'd like to know more about uh, some indexes that have in their the our oh my god our country or other countries that I can apply as well. So I think I am surviving with my knowledge, but I would like to have a plus um, in this the oh my god in this topic.
All right. And how about you, Arnaldo? You say that you like to invest in some more complex things. How do you rate your technology?
This topic is very complex too. I think uh, on a scale from 2 to 10, I think I um 7 or 8 maybe. I've been investing, as I said, I've been investing in the financial market since 2018. But I always explored other types the investment uh, before this date. For example, I started my investment when I buy my property, my house, my first apartment. I buy for a lower prices and selling for a higher value. Um, and after, I think three years after, uh, but I try to study uh, about this topic, but I prefer use the analysis house. Yeah, analytic house, I think, casa de análise, to help me with to take uh, decisions about the best investment.
Interesting. How about you, Andrea?
To be honest, I am a little ashamed because the guys know a lot about finances. Congrats,
Don't
Anna
worry,
and
don't worry.
Arnaldo. Just kidding, just kidding. But I think I would rate my knowledge about finances like 4 or 5, you know. I don't, to be honest, I don't know so much, but I really would like to know more about investments because I think it's really important. And the fact that I don't know it's something about it's like it limit myself to to do something, you know, because I am afraid of it. So I am a person. I am a old school. I put my money on a saving account. I know that it's not good, but it's a way to save money, you know, and I do it, but I really would like to know how to invest my money, you know, because I think it's really necessary.
So in my case, it's difficult like to rate that because now I work in this area, and if I said like my technology is 6 or 5, it could be a danger for my clients. But I will rate my technology like 80 because when you work in this area, you have to be like more macro vision, like to get little things in some investments. But for example, here in my city, it's a little, so it's real difficult like to try to recommend some more strategy investments. So the most investments I have to consider and recommend is be the basic ones like the save money, poupança we call it in Brazil, and the CDBs, like more some ways to invest your money in, and you can uh oh my god, and you can rescue your money when you want. So it is better for the most of the clients here that I attend. But I want to get more with some more complex ones, like for example, crypto moedas, crypto coins. I don't have so much knowledge about that. I try to invest in some oh my god, how I can say that, as in some fund that the base is on the coin in crypto, but now it's so much volatile the market, and it's something like Andrea said about like when you have to have to make some choices. You have some fear because sometimes the results can be the not the same that you imagine. So investments is something that you try to study more because if you make some decisions, could be wrong results. But I believe like if you put the most of your money that you earn in some more easy ways and that you can rescue and etc., it's easier. But it's interest like to try to explore another markets too. All right, Arnaldo, could you read the number 3, please?
The question number 3, do you have the habit of investing your money regularly, or is it something you haven't explored yet? Um, as I said in the last question, I'm an investor and I regularly invest my money since 2018. I believe in the importance of the consistency when it comes to financial growth. I think it's one of the part of the most important during this process to reach to activity that reach.
One more question for you, Arnaldo. You try to fix some value to put your investment, or if like this money, I could save like I don't know, some part more than that I try to invest, and I will put all this money on investment. How do you do that? Is just you fix some value, or you try to invest like basically what is saving?
I
I don't
try
know
to
if I be clear.
uh, more or less, I try to answer your question. I try to investor to choose the best investment asset. Yeah. And for example, the stocks that buy to dividends, for example. And eu fujo da account, save the account, because uh, we don't generate good returns. Yeah. But the Brazilians, it's very common to invest in these assets. But I try to invest in regularly in peace. There no rate funding I don't remember. Rate state fundings because I like to the how do you say it's similar dividend. I don't remember the word, but I try to a strategy to about the best price in this moment. For example, the last month and last week, I appreciate the low prices to buy more states or stocks and real estate funds too. Yeah, I respond this your question.
Yes. Thank you, Arnaldo. How about you, Anna? Do you have the appetite like to try to invest uh, each Monday or when it's possible?
Okay. I have this habit. I separate or split a part of my earn my salary for invest. I don't invest on uh, I don't know. I don't have a different type of investment. I just try to put not on a regular account, but on an account that gives more than the basic one, like Nubank or other who have the CGB. I think it's like that. So it's not the regular one, but it's the second step that it's not so good, but it's better than the normal one. So I put uh, in this type of investment, but I try to save a piece of my money every month.
Thank you, Anna. Andrea, you said you have the appetite in the past, and if you want to share how you do that.
No, I just put my money, guys, in the saving account, as I said before. I think it's better than to put inside the colchão, I don't know how to say that. Uh, but I really want to know more about, for example, stock market. But as I said for you, I am afraid to do it, because as I don't know anything, I'm really afraid to start investing. But maybe in the future, I cannot say this year, but maybe in the future I will try to learn more about it, because I know that it's really necessary, and I know that saving accounts, you are losing your money in there, but for me, it's something that, okay, if I don't have my money in a regular account, for example, in my conta corrente, uh, I think I am invested that. I think I am saving that, So because of this, I put there. But I really know that I am not earning money in there, So yeah, guys, I just try to save some money and that's it. But something in the future I will try to learn more about. Maybe Arnaldo can give me some tips.
Yes, I believe Arnaldo could be a some teacher. But I
Yeah.
believe if I wanted to share some tip for you, like Arnaldo said about saving accounts, CDBs is a good option because it's a fixed income and they have the same security about their saving account. And now I don't know if you are following the news about financials and the Selic tax is so much high. So it's the best way like to try to invest in these types of investments because they pay a lot and you have a security. Some of CDBs you can rescue each time that you want. Uh, I believe like every bank, if you rescue before 30 days, you pay a EOF. But but if you just stay at 30 days, you don't pay this tax. But I believe like that could be a real good one, like if you want to explore a new area and they have the same security, Andrea.
Nice. Thank you, Pedro.
And about myself, my habit, I try to invest regular. Like I try to fix some part of my salary to put in investments. And nowadays I try to diverse more because I just focus on fixed income. But nowadays I try to buy a real estate. I tried to buy a crypto too. I not be so much happy in that because the Bitcoin is low now, but in the future could be earning, and that is the perspective. But we know we are talking about investment, you have to put like a vision like in a long terms because sometimes we can be a frustration like oh this my I put 50 reals and nowadays is 10 or 20. We don't know, depends of the investment that could have so much variation. But I believe like we have to study more and have this vision like a long term. I believe like that could be a real good. All right. Uh, Andrea, could you read the number six? I believe like the number four, the number five, we already answered. But if you want to read the number six, please, and answer.
Yes. Do you ever feel anxious about losing your job or your main source of income? Yes, guys. To be honest, I think about it every day, because I know that it's not easy. I thank God I have never passed through this kind of situation since my 15 years old. I've been working direto, I don't know how to say, and thank God, but something that really makes me feel anxious is about it, because even though I save my money, I try to put in my saving account. It's not enough, because we have a lot of things to pay. I don't know, I'm a person that likes so much to go to concerts, and it's all my money, for example, it's to eat, it's sometimes. So I like to enjoy my life, but at the same time, I know that it's necessary to save money. So I am really concerned about it, because of this. I try to save my money and to thinking about the future, it's really necessary. That's it.
And how about you, Anna? How do you feel about that?
A difficult talk. Like I I don't know if anxious is the right word because I have been trying to protect myself of this. So create some emergency funds or trying to don't think about this too much and it don't feel I don't feel anxious about this talk for losing my job. But if I stop it to think about it's something to worry. Um, but at the same time, I think I don't know. I have never stopped to think about this. I'm 26. Maybe it will happen in the future. I hope not. But I didn't have this experience, so I don't know how can how I will handle with losing my job. So in other another moment of my life, I quit the job to go to another. So this other movement, I don't know how I will feel. But thinking now that it's done, it um doesn't have happen. I'm not so anxious because I am trying to protect myself um for it's for wait a time to found another job, for example. And in Brazil, like I am a CLT, CLT. So if I lose now, I have a period of time, for example, to find another earning some money. So in my case, in my reality, I don't feel so anxious about this. And yeah, I think I could be clear.
Thanks, Anna. And how about you, Arnaldo?
Uh, in the past, of course, I feel very anxious, but now I'm don't more because uh, I had concerns about the losing my job, and right now I am unemployed. I I made a great decision in my life when I left my last job. When I worked, I've been worked for 18, sorry, 15, 16 years, my last job. And because I'm prepared before this moment, I'm left because I'm at peace. I don't know. But I think to, during my life, I try to prepare for it, to take this decision, because I'd like to retirement earlier. I I try to not depend the I don't know the ENSS. I think it's more important for us, um, comparing with a Brazilian, with another, between other people, for example, the Americans. It's possible to see a difference between this group is high because the Brazilian, I think, 5% of the population invest your your money, while the Americans, approximately about 50% of the population. It's a great difference between these communities and others. Um, but I think about a lot of things to take a for decision, and I I try to aiming for more financial freedom. Yeah, freedom. It's the great word for me. Freedom to go to another place, to live in another country, another uh, state or city. Yeah, that's it. Anxious no more. A little bit.
Interesting. Andrea, in the last immersion yesterday, said about two stereotypes like door and thinker, and I believe it's a very interesting because sometimes I feel a little bit anxious about lose my job and that things, but I believe like sometimes we have to be a thinker about that. Like if you lost your job, you have to be a you have to have plan B, plan C, and etc. But we know when you saw like the perspectives in Brazil and the other world, the rate of employment it's so high. I have example of my father and myself too because when I graduate, I have a good job. I had a good job, and after 3 or 4 months, I graduate. I lost my job because like the market and etc. And I was employed like for 6 months, and after that I got one job and I stayed for more 3 months, I believe. And after that, yeah, I was employed again, and I had to do again like to got some interviews and etc. I got some another job, and that's happened. Nowadays, I am it's the first time I am a CLT, like Ana Clara said. All the other jobs was on the by the contracts or for May, but nowadays I work in CLT, and then I believe like it's some way like to be more prepared, like you have some benefits. So sometimes when you compare like the perspectives, like if I work by PJ, like we know we say it in Brazil, we call more you can manage the money in a wise way because sometimes you have so much discounts in some things, but I am happy now in my job. But I believe it's something like interesting. Like I don't know if the anxious is just the feeling like about that because sometimes we don't know what is gonna happen in future, and I believe like it's important like to try to make some emergency account. Like we don't know like what could happen in future. Like we don't know. We can have like good things, we can have bad things. So I believe like sometimes we have to be more prepared about that. And I believe like I'm not so much prepared like if in financial way for that if something happen. But I believe like try to understand the importance of that, but not just like feel this thing like every day because I believe like that is could be danger for us. Like you just think about the future, we just be a thinker, but sometimes we have to be a door, like work hard and save money.
Yeah.
Inspiration about your topic.
Nice,
Go
Pedro. And
ahead.
I would like to add something, guys, and mainly because in Brazil, for example, we see a lot of people that are retired and still nowadays continuing working, Maybe, I don't know, maybe s- some could be because like don't know how to stay at home doing nothing, but I believe that the most it's about it, don't know how to handle their money, and then didn't save a lot of money, and even retired need to work, So I really wish not pass through this situation, but we don't know about the future, all right? So we do a lot of things to avoid this kind of things, but we know that it's in Brazil, it's really hard, We see a lot of situation like that. That's it that I would like to add.
Good points. Thanks, Andrea. And Arnaldo, could you read the number 9 and answer, please? I believe like it is it's interesting for you this question.
More or less. Do you believe schools should teach you more about financial education? Why, not? Yes, of course. Um, when I was a teacher a few years ago, I was a bio teacher, as I said, but I remember that there is a, a discipline, no, expression, yeah, discipline about it's called eixo integrador, yeah, eixo integrador. This discipline subject, I don't know, where they explore the subject, the entrepreneurship, music, or finances, and another things different with my knowledge. Yeah, but I try to help some students that to search search me to help us to help. And during this period, I remember the few a little bit student interesting for this topic because I think they they thought to very boring and to study mainly. But I believe that one of the most important part in this process, I think at home, because the parent it's important this within this process because but I uh, a lot of parents uh, don't don't have knowledge about this topic, and the school is I think it is the best place to know about this topic and introduce financial education and can help you make smart financial decision later in your life. Yeah, I think it's important uh, communication, school and parents, families to introduce this topic. But I think there are a lot of schools uh, don't have concern for this topic. But I remember my schools sometimes the discipline math, the teacher mathematic, uh, up, uh, to explain this topic a little bit in during this year, but it's a little bit part of the process to learn.
Thanks, Arnaldo. I believe you bring us some thirst points about like parents instruct the our children for about that. I believe like it's somewhat important to like the education of home and education of school. I believe like these two types of education is somewhat necessary for the the technology about the kid.
Mhm.
And how about you, Anna? Do you believe like in your school you learn so much things about this area, or you feel like that's not necessary and you have to get know like in the hard way?
As on my school, I had the opportunity to stay in a good school. Um, it had I had a teacher in specific who teaches how to manage, but not too deep. Just about saving money and in separate a piece of your money or at that moment like try to help the our parents because with 16 years old we don't work, so we need to save something that is not um, of us. So to create this habit when we complete 18 or start to work. So I had it, but it wasn't so deep. And I think schools in general should teach more. I know that should they have a discipline for this, but I really don't know how it's um, being on the routine. I don't know. Maybe I need to ask for a need of my I need to understand. But I think not just about the students, but the parents. I think maybe in the meetings of parent meetings that schools have, maybe teach because it's not just an obligation of school to teach. Inside home, we need to have um, uh, this mind like need to practice. So if you don't have an example in your home, you will not apply the knowledge that you receive on schools. So I need to have a plan teach not to students but to the parents as well. So that's what I
Thanks, Anna. And what's your opinion about that, Andrea?
Yeah, I think should be mandatory, guys, learning about teach about financial uh, in schools because, as Anna said and Arnaldo, I think the most difficult is because the parents didn't know about the financials. The parents in the past didn't know how to handle their money. So how they could teach their children, you know? So I believe that nowadays, for example, I believe that are now those kids will be more prepared how to handle their financials because Arnaldo knows how to do it. And then he can pass through their kids about some knowledge. But imagine it in the past, you know. So because of this, I think it's could be really important the have this subject in the school like a mandatory, you know. I think it could uh, have helped a lot of people if it already happened. I think that's it.
All right. In my opinion, I agree with all of you guys. I believe the in the school it's have to be necessary. Had some disciplines that will teach about the finance, like to save money. My first my first job is about to create some book to put about a new discipline that comes on the schools. That the name of the discipline is life project. But my mom is a teacher now, and he said to me like that discipline in the school don't works because like any person, if you are not teacher, could apply this discipline, and then they don't follow the book because like the students don't want to know, and the teachers don't want to teach about that. Is a little bit ashamed, but that's our reality, guys. But I believe like if we can develop some way to teach the kids in the like the importance of that could be very good because we know if the people get know about that, like how the importance it like when we are younger, with the pass of the time that could be like so much normal for them. And maybe we can be some we can saw in your society more people like try to save money, try to have a easy life. That's my opinion. So guys, I believe we don't have so much money. So I want to know about the number 11. If you suddenly receive a large amount of money, what's the first thing you would do with it? I want to know about you, Andrea.
I would travel around the world. Just kidding, guys. Of course, I would try to help some members of my family, but I would invest, you know, to have my future like a guarantee in my future. And I don't know, maybe buy some houses because I think I could earn more money from that, you know, just how can I say alugar, rent, you know, this house. So I think it could be a good idea. But of course, I would invest my money. First, I would learn how to save for that, you know.
Or you could just contract someone like that understand about that, and oh, just save my money, please, because I don't
Yeah,
have time. I am travel the world.
good idea too.
And how about you, Anna? What is your planning if that happens suddenly?
Okay, I think I would plan my retirement for uh the the next maybe 6 months. So I would stop all the things and plan, understand how can I make the money work for me, and then I don't know, maybe uh, buy a house in front of the beach and travel the world and have and live for volunteerism. So help others. Um, but first, at the first time, try to plan how can I can I how can how I can sorry how I can achieve this next 6 months for them.
Interesting perspective. And how about you, Arnaldo?
About these questions, I think it depends on the amount. For example, if I receive 5 millions, it's different that I receive 10 uh, 10,000. Yeah. If I received 5 millions, I probably to invest almost everything and maybe buy a house, buy a house, and I help my uh, a little part of my family because my family is big, and uh, maybe travel around the world, Brazil mainly, and after around the world. But I'm applied to try to receive income and dividends for my retire. With 5 millions, for example, I retired now.
It's a dream. Retire now. Just the moment, like, oh, I will retire. I don't
Yeah.
need to work more. But yeah, I agree with what you said about like depends of the amount because sometimes we perceive like I don't know, guys, but I perceive like when I was young and I received some part of money, I believe like, oh, it's too much for me because I don't have like anything, any bills to pay and etc. And when you grow and you live by yourself, you perceive like how uh, how high is the accounts and it's hard to live like with some salary. But in my opinion, I saw some videos about like, oh, if you earn 1 million, for example, if you apply that, you can live with, for example, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 millions. Oh my God, I always confuse like thousands, millions. But that's new highs each Monday, for example. But we know when you receive like this part of money, in my opinion, first of all, you have to enjoy that. You have to try to do something that you dream because it's something typical and you have to do that, but with responsibility. And after that, in my opinion, I will try like to invest my money and make this money just make some dividends and make it generate more money for me. And it depends of the amount of the money. I believe like I can retire it, just leave it with the dividends, with the money that I earned. And I believe like some market, it's so much rent is about the real estate. If we saw so much videos about like, oh, buy a house, it's not a good investment, but my parents has a little knowledge about investment and finance, but he did that so much times, like he construct a house or we live, but after we have to sell that, but the investment of that was so much higher. So I believe like it's a good investment. Even sometimes it's hard like to sell something because it's a high price too. Like it's not everybody has the condition to buy a house like by money, but we know it's a good perspective too. So, guys, I believe that is for today. I learned too much with you. I want to thank everybody. I put it on the on the chat the survey, and there you can suggest some topic that you want to discuss on this immersion. And I want to thank you everybody for your ideas and your participation in this immersion. That is, guys.
Thank you, Pedro. It was amazing. Bye bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.